Obviously, health competence is very much at national level, but notwithstanding, an awful lot is happening at European Union level, both in terms of hard legislation, and we just need to look at the pharmaceutical legislation, pharmacovigilance, falsified medicines, the revised clinical trials regulation, and so on, to see that. And that's, of course, been managed by the European Medicines Agency, focusing very much on safety and effectiveness of medicines. But there's also a whole rack of soft policy, so-called soft policy and collaboration, which I believe is also extremely important, on patient empowerment, health literacy, self-management, patient safety and quality of care, integrated care, issues around health inequalities and so on and so forth, personalised medicines, all of the upcoming issues that need to be tackled and need to be talked about in a collaborative way at European Union level. The European Innovation Partnership on Active and Healthy Ageing is another very good example, an important platform where networking and new thinking is moving forward. So I believe strongly that alongside that very important legislation that protects patients' rights, patient safety, there's also a whole body of soft law, soft policy that really buttresses everything that we're trying to do in terms of best practice. The directive, I should say, is not the perfect piece of legislation, but it's a very important piece of legislation. It is a directive focusing on patients' rights in cross-border healthcare, so it's framed very much around patients' rights. And it's codifying one's rights to receive healthcare abroad, with all the manifestations that brings. But equally importantly, in my view, the directive provides an important legal base for very many health policy advances. So we can look at collaboration on health technology assessment, we can look at collaboration on e-health and the interoperability of e-health across the European Union, very, very important when we're looking at electronic health records, etc. There's the European reference networks, which crucially bring together centres of excellence to really think through advances for patients with rare diseases, for instance. But overall, because of the transparency component of the directive, because information is made available about patient safety and quality of care, not only in the country where you're receiving the treatment, but also in your home country, ultimately that will raise the bar and raise standards across the European Union. And that's a very exciting perspective, I think, in terms of really getting it right for patients at the end of the day. Well, I think the key word here is uncertainty. Nobody actually really knows at the end of the day, and a lot will be dependent on the negotiations that take place following the vote, if it's negative. And we can see the impact in Switzerland, we can see the impact in other countries of a less progressive approach to European Union collaboration. And I think there's quite a lot to be learned from that. Switzerland saw a massive decrease, for example, in opportunities to collaborate on EU health research projects. That's just one example, and I think the impact will be serious.